Hello, I'm Douglas Johnson, and welcome to Day Tripping's Air Raid Siren Walk number 5. So today we're back in downtown Los Angeles. There was a couple of sirens I noticed I missed down here. So today we're going to be looking to see 8 sirens, 2 of which are ones that I missed on previous trips, and the rest they loop around the east side of downtown Los Angeles. So yeah, let's get started. So we still have to wear masks. I don't know when that's going to end, so for this trip at least, and maybe the next one, you'll have to just accept the mask. And it makes it easy for me with audio. If I screw up, I can just put my words underneath and maybe cut out all these ums I've been doing. So in my scramble to get out the door this morning, I forgot my breakfast. I forgot to eat breakfast. I usually like donuts. If you watched my Air Raid video walk number 1, you'll see I had some donuts. So I found this donut shop, and they have donuts, but they're kind of expensive. It's a $3 donut. It's a horchata donut. I'm backing up here because I don't have a mask on. So let's see what a $3 donut twist tastes like. Not bad. I mean, tastes like a $1.25 donut I would get at Dunkin' Donuts, but I guess it's the flavors that make it the horchata. Now, I've seen that they've got machines out there. It's a beverage, but I've never actually had a donut made out of one. According to information on wirechief.com or Los Angeles Air Raid Sirens.com, the map they have, the siren I'm looking for, the one I missed, supposed to be right here on the corner of Figueroa and Olympic. It's where the whole LA Live Staples Center complex is. They even say on the website that it did move. And I believe this is the Daffodil siren. I saw a picture of it. It might be behind all of this. Okay, so this one was a little hidden. They moved it down this, I'm gonna call it an alleyway. It's like a side street. I don't know if you can see it. It's all the way down there at the end. But what you gotta do is you gotta continue along Olympic, and then once you get to a street called Georgia, you make a left, and then there's this little side street here. It's called West Road. And down at the end of West Road, you'll find the Daffodil. All right, at the end of the street here, you'll find the famous Daffodil Air Raid siren that an artist made into like a flower. It's right up against the freeway here. That's the freeway right behind me. And it's an SD10 with these yellow painted petals surrounding it. But they did a great job of cleaning the whole thing up. From a distance, as you walk down the street here, you know, if you have a good camera or binoculars or something, you can really get great detail on the middle, the center spinning part of this siren. Whereas the others, they're all rusted. It's really hard to tell the difference between the two. And I think some of them have like mesh cages over the spinning part. This one is open, so you get a good view of it. I'll try to take a good picture. But it's right here, down at the end of the street, in a dog park. It's the small dog park of LA Live. So while you're hanging out with your dog, you get to enjoy this wonderful artistic piece. I don't know if you can see it, but like right there is a pipe. It's a little, looks like an electrical conduit going into this. And I assume it's going all the way up into the junction box. Into the junction box up there. So maybe it works. I don't know. But from below, it's a pretty cool looking siren. It's different. I gotta tell you that. Be cool if they did it to more of them, I think. I don't know. Let me know if it's something that you think was worthwhile just for them to spend the money to do it. Would you like to see others done as an art exhibit? You know, maybe it'll save them a little bit longer. But then again, these LA sirens have been around now for, I don't know, 80 years. I don't really foresee it. I think they're going to be around for 100 or whatever. I don't see them taking any more down except for construction purposes. So normally on these trips, I take along my camera here and I take good stills of all the sirens. I don't know where I'm going to use them, but I have a whole collection of good siren stills. So today I came out, I tried to take a picture of the Daffodil and realized I have no card in my camera. So essentially no film. I forgot my lunch this morning. Well, my breakfast. I have lunch, thank God. and now I've got no media in my still camera, but I can still use my phone, which is what I do most of these on. So unfortunately, it kind of sucks because that was really a great siren to take a photograph of, but it just means I'll have to come back at some time just to take photos. Okay, so from LA Live, I went down Olympic, made a right on Grand, and I got down here to the corner of Grand and 12th Street, and right over there is supposed to be the siren. If you compare it to the old photograph on the wirechief.com website, you'll see the siren is standing out pretty prominently on this corner. Yeah, I don't see it, so it's gone ever since the construction of this building. On the site, it did say that they couldn't find it as of 2006 when this building was being constructed. So yeah, they must have taken it down, and it's another one, another SD10 that we can mark off the list there. Okay, so I walked down Pico, past Santee Alley. If you've never been to Santee Alley, you should check it out. It's a great place for buying clothing, a really inexpensive clothing, and they have a whole bunch of variety of stuff. Whatever you need, clothing, shoes, and it's right next to the fashion district where you can get some good, cheap, well, affordable suits. And they got some good Mexican food around this whole area. Anyway, so I came down past Santee Alley, came to Maple Street, and then I made a right on 14th Street. And if you see right there behind me, right there, we have an SD10. So that one's still here. I had a feeling it would be. This area hasn't really been built up or changed too much in the past, I don't know, let's call it 60 years. So yeah, let's go over and check it out. You can see as usual, the three phase has been cut. So, but it's still got the line going to it that everybody says is power. So I don't know if this one can still go off. But yeah, so here's another SD10. Once again, being downtown, it seems that SD10s are the more common sirens we're gonna find over here. Okay, so from the siren that was between Maple and Santee, I continued down Maple till I got to Venice. I made a left. I kind of followed the 10 freeway all the way along until I got to Central. Then I made a right on Central, and just south of Washington, there's a chicken restaurant, and right at the edge of the parking lot, there's an SD10. Can't miss it. It's kind of standing out here in the middle of nothing. Now, this one is definitely not hooked up. You got the 3-phase wires, they're all cut. And the little wire that's going into this little thing, that one is also cut. So this one does not work. I can guarantee it that this one will not work. Somebody can come over and just attach those wires that are hanging up there. But until then, it's just decorative. And a reminder of our 1950s or Cold War era past that we've got going on here. Now, it may not look it, but this siren, this one, it's a very special siren for day tripping. This is the 50th siren I found on these walks. And there's still more to see. So there's supposedly 163 sirens still around these days, and this is number 50. So I'm about 1/3 of the way through seeing all of the sirens on the, at least on the wirechief.com site. So I'm gonna continue heading south down Central. Eventually I'm gonna make a left and I'll head east. And I'll head on over to Alameda and we'll get our last 4 sirens. So with the train crossing here, and then there's all this high power stuff and electrical lines, but there it is right in the middle. It's an SD10. It's on the corner of Long Beach and 24th. So let me go get a little bit closer for you guys. And there's the SD10. That's the blue line going to Long Beach. So if you ever go to Long Beach and you're on the train, once you get to 24th Street here, you'll be able to see one of the SD10s. It's tucked away into all this electrical and power lines and stuff. And looking at it, there is a cable going to it, but the 3-phase is not hooked up. So I walked up from the last siren there. I walked up Alameda. This one's a little tricky to find. Here's our siren. It's on a street called Elwood, and it's kind of in the middle of this big industrial park area. Yeah, this whole area is kind of interesting. I'm kind of glad I'm wearing the mask here because there's kind of there's like an odor going on over here. I think there's a chemical supply place down here. There's a sewer right below me here. But yeah, this one's a little out of the way. You got to walk down this really narrow street, 14th, which goes under the freeway. But yeah, so here we go. It's another SD10, and we got 2 more to go. So from the last SD10 over there in the industrial zone, I went north up a street called Mateo, and then I worked my way over to 8th and Alameda. And right here on the corner is the siren. It's located just outside the gates of the Los Angeles wholesale produce market. So every time they come in to get their produce, they pass the siren. Now, this is the one that's had all the debate about it, or the discussion. On the wirechief.com, they call it a flattened birdhouse. Some people call it an HOR Zero drone. Others think it's a cut down SD5 to save on the metal. They cut it down and got rid of like one of the risers in there. And I'm being more and more inclined to see it as a Federal Code 3, a federal model code number 3. Seeing them around the country, they do look similar to that one, but some of the Model 3s though, that the top plate is a little higher. But please, if I'm wrong, or if you can give a better reason why that's an HOR Zero drone or another model, please let me know. Yeah, I'm still learning these things. As I've said, I'm still learning these things. But anyway, so this one has no power connected to it. There are no wires going into this siren, so it no longer works. Which kind of makes sense because it's one of the older sirens. This one would have been put up in the 40s during World War II, and it's a World War II relic. And I think it's kind of cool that there's still a bunch of these around the city. All right, so from 8th and Alameda, I went up Alameda to 6th Street. I made a left, I came down, back to Central. There's Central, and now I'm on Central and Wild. There's this great little mural you can see here. Let's see, what's the best angle? There we go. Great mural you can see here. This woman hanging out, relaxing with this red fabric. Really well painted. There are murals all over the place downtown here. They're all over Los Angeles, as a matter of fact. There are these murals. Some of them are really great, like really well done, like this one. Some of them are very abstract. I can do probably a whole mural tour of Los Angeles and never run out of things to see. But we're not here for that. We're here for that. So as you can see, let's find another good angle. Here we go. As you can see, the last one on our trip here is going to be an SD10. Being downtown, most of these sirens are SD10s, but we did see the one Model 3. I'm so glad that those are still around. So far, the sirens that that have been removed, that are no longer there, have mostly been SD10s. I'm not thrilled when any siren's removed, but you know, they are no longer used. They are kind of just sitting there, but I feel if any of them are going to be removed, the SD10s are the ones that I'm probably not going to miss the most. The Model 3s, there's less and less of those. The 500s, I see a lot of those up in the valley, but there aren't as many of those around. And eventually I'll get to see some of those Thunderbolts and some of those, and the Chryslers on some future trips. So on this trip, we got to see our 50th siren, and I got loads of trips planned. I plan on seeing all 163 or whatever of those that are left. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of those future air raid siren walks. And I am hoping to eventually, once COVID's done, get back to doing my day trip walks so you can explore more parts of Los Angeles. So until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay sane in this crazy world right now we have going on today. And I'll see you on the next trip.